pretty much, it makes sense if you think about the matchup, right? You know, Marth has this big-ass sword, and you're trying to get around that, but he doesn't really have, like, these long-range moves. And so what's the best way to get around that? You use your projectile, right? So you use that to make openings. You use that to try and get Marth to come to you, and that's your main way of closing the space.
Ooh, and we're seeing no projectiles, and something I really liked there was Marth did a short hop nair, and to punish that, SD Paint did a double jump land down smash. Like crazy fast and technical.
Oh, no.
But SDs and drops that.
I think that was meant to be a wiggle out. To explain that for anyone in chat, that was meant to be a wiggle out air dodge.
Yeah.
But I think press the air dodge button a little bit early.
Yeah.
And so the wiggle out animation is, or the wiggle out stick movement was what was caught with the air dodge pulling right there.
Because to wiggle out, you have to turn the stick like forwards and back really fast, and sometimes you end up, you know, if you do like an air dodge or like an A button press afterwards, you end up pressing it on like the back end rather than the forward end.
But before you get to flick it back.
Yes.
But yeah, we got the beam sword, which is always a funny thing when it happens in this matchup because it's a sword versus a sword.
Yes.
But honestly, I think the best thing about the beam sword is just that it's a really good projectile.
And I believe the dash attack for beam sword comes out on like frame 3 or something crazy. Like, it is a ridiculous move, and it's like a multi-hit. It like breaks CC. It's like kind of actually a bonkers move.
But of course, the beam sword has a 25% chance, I believe, every time it hits the ground to just disappear.
Yeah.
And did disappear right there. So sorry, guys.
No more beam sword.
We'll have to get another like 1 in 512, I think, chance to pull that.
Something like that.
Something like really really big. I know bomb is 256. Or something like that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Ooh, and we got a 1 in
58.
Oh,
never mind.
Never mind. Don't. Yep.
Sometimes peaches just throw away the stage because they're like, I don't even need it. I don't know if that was the thought process.
In this matchup, I'm not sure I stand in the same spot, but you know
It's low-key aura, though.
It is aura. It is aura to be like, I don't need that. I don't need that. Yeah.
Against certain characters, it's also scary. Like against, you know, Fox and Falco, they can always shine it back. Although, something that's very interesting about turnips in this matchup, and another reason why they're really good. Oh, that was a nice edge cancel.
Yeah.
But yeah, another reason why they're really good is Marth's item grab. The range is pretty good, but his item throw is horrible. It's so bad. In the whatever, you know, castle or royalty, you know, living situation he had, they never taught him how to throw. He is really just.
If you do see Marth pick up a turnip in this matchup, he'll probably just like Z drop it while in the air.
Yeah,
probably.
Usually
get rid of it as fast as possible.
Grab, instant Z drop.
Yeah.
That's what music you used to do all the time. But yeah, I think SD Paint honestly is doing, even when she doesn't have the turnips, is doing a really good job of just like getting in there, which is really hard against Marth because you have that such a long sword, but it's just using like good timing mix-ups and really strong like you know, movement and pressure and you know, really fast moves to just get into Marth's face. And if you can get right next to Marth, then you're a lot better than him because obviously you're trying to get the tippers as Marth generally. So the weaker hits are going to be on the inside.
I'm loving these double jump lands. You put up shield and it makes the Marth go like, oh wait, oh shield. Like, I know how to deal with shield. Like, oh, I can like space an aerial or I can like grab or whatever. But then you just you double jump land and you're instantly actionable and able to dash, and you can like dash attack. You can dash attack.
It's almost like in the new games when you get to drop shield super fast.
Yeah. Drop shield and like do a tilt in like ultimate.
But the melee players, they're not expecting that.
No. They're so many. The game is so fast that like it works and operates on like visual cues a lot of the time, and you can kind of trick. Ooh, and what a snag from SD Paint to take game 1.
Yeah, weaving around those hitboxes and then kind of forcing Scotty to be under the stage. Yeah, really strong showing. Was looking pretty even at the start, but SD Paint just got some really big open ups towards the end of the game there. And one thing about this matchup is it can be really hard for Marth to make comebacks in it. That's when you really got to get those GF smashes, you know, and just go crazy on it. But like, you really do want to be in the lead for most of the game if you're going to be playing Marth, because you don't kill her as early as she kills you, generally speaking. So. But yeah, and that's why we're going here, because this is the stage where you can get those kills really early and really, you know, a lot easier. But I will say it's a little bit harder to space around since it's such a small stage. So a little bit of a double-edged sword on this match. I like the patience there, knowing that the forward throw follow-ups are not quite guaranteed.
And the defense from the Peach to, you know, not make sure the forward throw doesn't lead to any like too much.
Great DI. But yeah, this is a tough situation. You do, I mean, you know, Scotty's doing a good job of still just spacing around, but whenever you're at 116 or something like that, and they're at like, you know, these mid percents, it's a lot scarier for you because again, you're really not getting those kills unless you hit those boss F smashes like that.
And you're still Marth, so like, you know, a lot of the time you're still getting CC'd even at like 80, you know, 90%.
Yeah, you hit
your
that
forward
build
air.
hit, and they don't care.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, just the neutral get up. Don't need to overcomplicate it. Just hit that down smash. You know, nothing wrong with that. But yeah, definitely going to be less turn-up game on this stage, and I think that's another reason why Scotty probably picked here, because as you can see, SD Paint is just feeling a lot more pressured and has to go in with these like dash attacks and these like aggressive open-ups, which, you know, they're doing a really good job of. So it's honestly like still keeping it pretty even, but you have to consider that like there is some implicit pressure lost without being able to pull those turn-ups.
What I'm liking out of SD Paint is like this like micro spacing and like you know, doing these like little dash backs to make Marth like overreach a little bit, and then like, you know, just like double jump land and then like turn around dash attack or something like that, or like turn around and like whiff punish. Like I'm really liking this.
Super aware of what Marth wants to react to and what they want to and how they're going to react afterwards, right? We were talking about that with the shield and the you know, double jump land, and you know, we're seeing that with the dash dance as well. Not typically a character you think of as a dash dancer, but you know, you can make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, Peach has such like tight windows you have to attack her in that like even though she's not the fastest and doesn't have the biggest dash dance, it's still extremely strong because like one small misspacing from the Marth, and you could just explode because it's Peach, you know?
And again, like those kind of visual stimuli, like people don't even realize how far back of stuff that they're reacting to sometimes.
Yeah.
Because it is such a fast game and it's like all happening in the subconscious. So if you do that dash, even if you dash away immediately, that might already activate a response in them that you can then punish. And honestly, working out pretty well for SD Paint here.
Paint is certainly
really adapted to the stage.
Yes, activating some responses for sure.
Yes, the neuron activation is going crazy in Scotty's brain right now.
Yeah, getting a lot of like the turnips are like.
If that didn't shield point, that actually might have been a break.
It's all in. It's all go in with SD Paint. All the turnips are like. No turnips to pull turnips. It's like turnip and then like get a read with it, drift in and like get a combo. Like
the turnip is exclusively as a way to get into Marth's face, not as a camping tool.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is kind of more of that like oh my god.
Pivot grab out of down.
Not see that every day. Yeah, this is more of that like B-Bat style, you know, just trying to get in your face and use those strong hitboxes and those strong moves from Peach. Not really trying to do like the laid back kind of trip, you know, turnip camping kind of gameplay. But it's working out so far really well for SD Paint. I would honestly like to see from Scotty just like honestly just put up the wall a little bit more, you know, because you know that SD Paint is going to want to come in, and so if you can just like, you know, take space and then do like retreating aerials, I feel like that could be really effective. Like even right there with those that nair and that fair, both of them eventually they, you know, drifted back in with it, and it's like at a certain point like you got to realize that like Peach is really wants to be right next to you. At least SD Paint wants to be right next to you. And so doing that drift back in, it may feel right because she's far away, but you're just opening yourself up for her next burst option.
Okay, and we're seeing what, you know, what we want to see from the Marth is, you know, using the stage's small size to, you know, abuse your large hitboxes as Marth, kind of, you know, lock it down and also make it like really uncomfortable for Peach to like be anywhere really. It's like one hit and like, you know, in like an uncomfortable spot, and then, you know, Peach is supposedly like in this matchup is supposed to be in like a really bad spot there, but we're just seeing SD Paint kind of get away with a lot of like really
and that's that shield breaker I was talking about last game.
Yes.
Shield code this time got it. But yeah, I definitely agree. I think that honestly, like, you know, a lot of times Marth gets flagged for throwing out too many hitboxes. I think right now Scotty might be throwing out a little bit too little hitboxes.
Too little, yeah.
And when you do throw out those hitboxes, you want to make it count, where it's like it's not at the mid-range where like you can just get whip punished by that dash attack like right there. You want to either be doing it in a way that forces some aggressive mix-up or that catches her aggressive mix-up. Because doing it in the middle, it's like, I think that's an issue a lot of people have with Peach, where it's like, you do it too mid-range, and then it's like, it's not enough to get in her face, but it's also not enough to catch her coming in.
Yeah, and she has such fast, like, defensive or like walling options that like she can kind of just like react to all of it and respond with her own like that's not gonna work, you know? CC or
CC, dash attack, down smash, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, SD Pain doing a really good job this set. You know, looks very comfortable in this matchup.
Absolutely.
And, you know, playing it in a more unique style. But if you got that style and you know what you want to do and you're really good at it, then hey, I mean, who can hate on that?
Oh, and every aerial is followed up by a grab. I'm kind of really liking that. You know, we're very used to seeing aerial down smash, nair down smash, back air down smash. You know, and I'm very much liking the resolve.
Yeah,
the temperance.
Almost playing off of that expectation.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like, oh, you think I'm going to do another aerial, or you think I'm going to do a down smash, or you think I'm going to do a dash attack. That's when I hit you with the grab. Sure, I don't have, like, the perfect, you know, follow-ups off of it, but at the end of the day, even just stage positioning against Marth is so big.
Yeah.
Because he uses that space to, like, back up with an aerial, right? So if you throw him into the corner,